Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video we're looking at something rather unique, which is the Nelly Spider Tank. Oh yes, it's another one of these mechanical contraptions that walk along on feet rather than use wheels or thrusters. It does contain some thrusters, but that is simply to help it go up hills. But as for that, it walks on its little rubber feety and will just slowly crawl towards its enemy and pummel it with rockets and Gatling guns until your enemies are dead or you run out of ammunition. In this case, being it's creative, the enemy will be dead. So let's start by going around the outside, and then we'll go inside and have a little play around with it and shoot the enemy base, which is just in front of me. So pressing F10, we need to find the Nelly. There it is, Spider Tank. This thing weighs in at 883 small blocks. It uses no mods and no DLC packs, so it's very easy to download and use. It does have two scripts that are very important, but they don't need to be added to anything, they just automatically work when you paste it in. So at the very front here, what do we have? Well, we've got a nice little stripe of red going straight through the middle and some red all going around the outside. We can see a lot of piston heads being dotted around everywhere to break up the blandness of the vanilla Space Engineers blocks. And we can see on these little legs here, we've got some thrusters, which are for the downwards to make sure you don't just go and tip over while trying to climb a hill. We've got some blast door edges so we don't have to keep using those steel blocks. And we've got the little wheels underneath there. Now this has been set up in a way that if you do break this feat here, you have a secondary wheel to bounce on right there. Yes, it would destroy the artificial mass, which are sitting right next to it, but still is a nice backup to have if something does go wrong. Coming up and looking at the side of the wheel, we've got our red stripe going all the way across with our half red slope blocks and two unfinished buttons, that extra bit of decoration. Coming across, we can see a piston, which is how our legs are going to attach onto the vehicle. Let me just find that time of day because it is setting a bit. There we go, that'll do nicely. So yes, as I was saying, the piston there is so the leg can move up and down while you're going along. And we have our rotor sitting on the right hand side, which is how the legs are going to move backwards and forwards and give you that walking type of motion. On top of the piston, we have got a unfinished button, just a little bit of extra decoration and some more piston heads dotted everywhere. As for the main body, we got some lovely decoration going all the way along with our red on our grey with those half slope blocks and our regular slope blocks just to break it up and make it look good. We can see how the rotors are all being attached. It is a bit wonky. If you were in combat, these will be very easily shot out, but it doesn't matter because you can shoot from a very good distance with this. And I did forget, at the very front here we do have two spotlights which can be activated, although they can just sit there for decoration if you want. And above it, on the turret itself, we have another spotlight just below the camera, below the Gatling gun, which will turn with the turret while you're aiming so you can see in the dark basically. So we have our camera which allows us to see exactly where our Gatling gun is going to fire, and we would also use this to fire the rockets which are sitting right on each other side. The rockets are a little bit different because they can tilt all the way around a full 360 if you wanted to, but ultimately you'll fire it exactly like the Gatling gun. For the remainder of the turret, we've got some more unfinished blocks everywhere, and we've got some more red going all the way through with our armoured blocks, some blast door edges just to break up a little bit, some more pistoned heads, and another camera. Yes, this camera at the top here is if you wanted to view a slightly more bird's eye view basically. It's not that great for aiming anything, but it is there if you want to get a better view in case this camera is being blocked by something. And of course we've got our antenna at the side there so we can always find where we are. And yeah, that's basically it. As for the rockets on the side, they're being attached by a rotor, yes, because this is using the MART script. That's how all the rockets and the Gatling guns are all going to be working. But as for the rockets themselves, it's two rocket launchers on this little fancy blockwork with some more unfinished buttons and a blast door edge on the back, just to make it more fancy basically. And then as for the main body at the very back, we've got another antenna so we can locate the body in case the head gets blown off, and a piston head right behind it. And underneath, we've got some thrusters. Yes, we will need some thrust just to help us along if we're going up a hill, but on this surface where I am now, it's generally okay moving forwards. It's not too fast, but it's not too slow. Coming underneath, what do we have? We've got some blast door edges going all the way along the outside, which is quite nice, which goes along to our spotlights at the front. And right here is the cockpit of how we're going to get in and out. Yes, you can use this little gap here to access the cockpit, but being the turret does block that, you can't really access it too well, so it's much easier to come underneath and grab it like that. And that is it for the outside. It looks great, doesn't it? And it gets even better once I go inside it. So let's take control of my character and hop down here. There we go. And then we can just access it from this point over here. But me without a crosshair, there we go. Just got into it. So now that we're in the cockpit, we've got quite a few options. Only one tab worth of items, but that's all you're going to need with this one. Number one is start walking. Yes, you will start walking, and you can turn it a little bit like so. We can activate the thrusters with number 4, turn the artificial mass on if you wanted to do that. Yes, we can just keep walking along, and it will keep going towards its target, but I will stop it there, because the mortar truck, which I did earlier, is just out of range of the base's turrets. Let's turn off those thrusters because they make quite a lot of noise. Number 5 is for the Gatling gun, which is we fired like that. And because we're using the Mark script, moving our mouse up and down and left and right, it's going to control the turret. Number 6 will lock the turret in place, where all you can do really is sort of control the rockets. Although that is not meant to happen, you can just sort of knob it up and down like so. Number 7 is to switch to the rockets and launch them. Oh yes, look at them go. Number 8 is the camera right next to the Gatling gun. So we can zoom all the way in, oopsie, and hit number 5 for the Gatling gun and start shooting it at that enemy base over there. Number 9 is the camera slightly above. Like I said, there's not too much you can do with this. You can raise this up and down and block your vision, but it's mainly just for looking around in case the other camera is blocked. So now what we're going to do is just, let's shoot that. That's the mortar truck. There we go. Oof. And that is now dead. Oh look, it's now being shot at by the base. It just got into range. Anyway, let's go for a walk towards the base. There we go. And I'm going to take control of this, and let's see if we can deal with this pirate base. In case you're wondering why I'm calling it pirate base, it's because I gave it to the pirates. Let's now shoot them. Oh, Michael Bay would be proud of this. It's even got the cinematic frame rate. There we go. Let's switch to the Gatling gun now as we slowly walk towards it. And then shoot a few more things. There we go. Let's take a better look at it walking, so going around the front there. There we are. It's slowly crawling to its destination. The rotors move forwards, pistons drop down, and then the rotor turns backwards. Which is a very neat thing. And then we can use our left and right if we want to turn it a little bit. It's a bit awkward turning, but you get the idea. It can turn eventually. Oh god! Oh no! What on earth? Oh, I got in range of the turrets. Oh well. But anyway, that is it for this video. It's a lovely tank when it's not being shot at by pirates. And it will be in the description below if you wish to download and try it yourself. Oh, that poor little thing. I suppose it's revenge for me shooting the base. Yes, it's a fantastic build, it's light on resources, it doesn't really cause much lag with all the scripts like some ships do, so it's definitely worth a try if you're interested. And it's still going, look at it, its back legs are still moving. It is determined to get to the base. Oh, that poor thing. Anyway, like I said, it's in the description below if you wish to download and try it yourself, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.